Hey everybody, welcome to Root Awakening TV. Come on into my kitchen today and let's do all things Christmas. Now you're gonna notice my voice is still a little bit on the rough side, but I made a decision today, we're good to go. So I've got my water, we're gonna be making a drink that'll help it maybe. So here we are. We're going to be doing Christmas things. We're going to be baking Christmas things today. We're going to be taking you on some Christmas field trips today, and we're going to see some fun things. So last week we were at Red Mill Maple Syrup Farm, and you got to meet Jeremy Poulin and his dad Sebastian, and you're going to see Jeremy come back because on December 17th, which is a Saturday, next Saturday, and mark that in your calendar because we don't usually stream on a Saturday. So come on Saturday, December 17th, 6 o'clock, and Jeremy is going to be given a challenge. He's going to come to the studio, and we are going to be giving him ingredients that he doesn't know. And I have a recipe in mind. I've got a dish in mind, but Jeremy is going to have to see it and use his intuition to kind of figure out what the heck are we cooking, and let's see what he comes up with us for dinner. Last Saturday, we went to a farmer's market, and it was a Christmas farmer's market. We were part of it, but we took a little video of that just so we could bring that to you. Last night we went to the Bobcaygeon Santa Claus parade. Great time, you know, it's just like being in a little Hallmark movie. It's small town. It's nothing like the big urban sprawled parades. It's cute. It's quaint. You know everybody in the parade. It's an entirely different feel. You come away from there feeling really good. You'll notice today a little bit of festive look. And I don't know about you, but I really enjoy, there's our new rig. I really enjoy the build up to Christmas and not so much even Christmas Day or after. It's done. I like the build up, like about mid-November, and right now we're in the middle of it. I enjoy that because it's prep and it's fun. So we're going to make our drink o'clock today, and it's a Spanish coffee. But this is nothing to do with Spain, nothing to do with Mexico. This is an American version of it. And the Mexican version is called, I'm going to say it, Carajillo, and it uses a caramelized rim, which we're going to try today and see if we can prevent smashing our mugs. And it also uses a shot of liqueur. It's not liqueur, it's liqueur, L-I-C-O-R, 34 brandy. So we're just going to make it American style. So we start off with a heavy glass mug. Don't try this with something that isn't a heavy glass mug. We're going to put a little bit of maple syrup, and then we're going to dip it in some sugar. I was going to try, you know what, this might work. I'm going to do it twice. Really put a build on it. Look at that, that's beautiful. I haven't done the torch yet. Let's see if I can, if this smashes, like even I Googled this, everybody was saying like, don't use just any old mug. And I think these are pretty heat resistant. They look nice just like that actually. All right, here we go. We're going to do it. Let's see, turn it on. Here we go. Nothing. Oh, do I go on top maybe? Ooh, yeah, I'm waiting for it to shatter. All right, that's nice. You know, I was a little cautious. I'm not just doing it. I'm a little cautious of it. I don't want to get too bold and have this shatter in my hand. It's not really caramelizing like, oh, there we go. I'm going to do a little bit more on this one. Caramelize, do it. So we got some snow. I think a lot of southern Ontario got some snow. I love it. It did change some plans, and you know, that's the thing. You have to adjust plans to the weather. Oh yeah, I think I need to get closer. Okay, that's nice. I'm going to do this one a little bit more. So you adjust your plans to the weather, and that sometimes means staying home. And I know that my daughter had some really cool plans today, and they got adjusted, and that's sad when you're, you know, planning a party or something and you have to say, can't go. All right, we've got a nice rim on there. We're going to be adding 2 ounces of Kahlua. 2 ounces of Kahlua. Wagon wheel Watusi. How did you learn to cook? My grandmother. And I would like to ask, thanks Wagon Wheel Watusi for showing up today. I would bet, it says 2 ounces of Kahlua. What the heck is that? I would bet that a lot of people would say, my grandmother, and a ½ ounce of triple sec. Now, we don't have triple sec in the house. I don't know why. We're like margarita people. And so Cointreau can be substituted, although Cointreau is really orange flavored, but that's okay. It gives it a nicer, actually a more well-rounded taste than triple sec. All right, and of course you got to put the rum. That is a ½ ounce, and this is spiced rum. All right. Okay, like half the glass is alcohol. I think, and that gives you a chance for the rim to cool down so you're not like scalding your lips. My mom's a great cook, but I find it a bit overwhelming. Yeah, you know, it's not everybody's, just because you're a good cook doesn't mean everybody enjoys doing it. And it's not everybody's thing. Just not everybody's thing. I find it to be the opposite, not overwhelming, but relaxing. So often when I've had some kind of stressful event in my life, I find that cooking will be my peaceful place. I guess that's part of the whole nourishing effect. All right, so I've got all that liquor in there. Wow, does that smell divine? That smells really good. Are there any celebrity chefs or shows that you like? Yes, I do. Everybody, because I'm a culinary arts student, part of my process is that I need to follow chefs, and I do like the big ones. You know, I do like Gordon Ramsay. I like his cooking style. Look at that. Can you go on the overhead so we can see how beautiful that is? Great questions. What about you? Do you watch anybody? Do you enjoy those? Look at this drink. Do you enjoy any of those kind of shows? All right, look at this. Overhead, please. Oh, we do have the overhead? Look, no, do we? Oh, gosh. All right, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so do you want a straw with it?
Yeah, okay.
There you go, Spanish coffee. Yeah, so let's see, who do I like to watch? There's a Mennonite young guy who streams. Love his show. It's Caleb Wise, Wise Guide. I do like his show because it's very quaint and it's very grandmotherly based. Yeah, I do like Wise Guide a lot. He's, I don't know, what can I say? He cooks like me, he thinks like me. My partner loves cooking competition shows. I don't. This is delicious. It's delicious. Hey, this tastes. Okay, the caramelized rim is delicious. I'll tell you something. I was kind of raised on cooking shows. And I'm talking about the shows back, you know, Julia Child, Martha Stewart, those kind of cooking shows. Those were instructional cooking shows. And then all of a sudden they went into, remember the Iron Chef started it, that kind of thing. And they went into the competitive reality TV series. And that's an entirely different genre. And it never appealed to me because I was looking at these shows as instructional. So today we're doing all things Christmassy. So we have our drink o'clock. Do you remember the show Just Like Mom, where the kids would cook crazy cooking and the poor parents had to eat them? No, I don't remember that. What year was that? Do you remember what year that was? Because cooking with Just Like Mom, no. Okay, I do have to take something out of the oven. I cooked it before the stream started. That can really hit you hard, though. Okay, before we start all our things Christmas and all our things baking today, I want to show you what I made earlier this morning. And the reason I made it earlier this morning is because it needed to roast for an hour. So if you put the overhead on, this is a simple nuts and bolts. And it is just simply an assembly of Cheerios, Shreddies, pretzel sticks, peanuts. That's it. You assemble these things, and then you put a topping on it. And there's a little bit of, I forget exactly, there's some butter, celery salt, garlic salt, onion salt, and Worcestershire sauce. Damn it, I had to say that word. And you mix that, you melt that all together. You pour it on this, and you put it in the oven. Now, the reason I make my own is because when you buy it, the nuts and bolts that you buy, it's heavily buttered and heavily salted. I think that I can, for my own family, I can adjust this. And then you cook it for an hour. I'm going to let this cool completely, and when it's cool, I'll put it in airtight containers, and it's just a snack that goes really well with cocktails or, you know, just a snack at Christmas. Yesterday we went to the Santa Claus parade in Bobcaygeon. Cute, cute, cute. And if you're from a big urban city, you're used to, you know, getting there hours earlier, being 5 people deep on the side of the street that it's going down. It's loud. There's garbage, there's like all of those things. It's not like that in a small town. If you're from a small town, you know what I mean. You can get there 5 minutes before, everybody does. You can sit on the side of the street, they throw candy, you know people in the parade, you know, you're waving at your neighbor because they're in the parade and they've got their John Deere tractor decorated with lights. It's a lot of fun. We took a little video and we want to show you what the Santa Claus parade in Bobcaygeon looks like.
the red-nosed reindeer. You'll go down in history.
Rudolph the red-nosed
Hey, did you feel like you were there? I loved it. And you know, Santa being so dramatic with the hello, he like the Messiah. I loved that whole little parade. So I hope you enjoyed that. Now, this drink, we added a little bit of more whipped cream to it. Delicious. It's cut in my throat though. Hello, Nicole. Thanks for joining in. So we're going to be making ginger crackle cookies. So let's get started. We have, Tom will put the recipe up. So if you need, this is recipes up, and you can't follow along with me because, you know, I've prepped it. I've gone ahead. But you can always go on the VOD later and you can see it. So I've got a 3/4 cup of shortening, 1 cup of sugar, and we're going to mix that and incorporate the sugar and the shortening. If you're using a mixer, this is where you want to use this paddle with the scraper. If you don't have it, you're just going to have to get a spatula and make sure that you keep it off the sides. So mix that until you get a nice fluffiness. You got sugar and shortening there. Okay, that's enough. And then we're going to add 1 egg. I think Monique may have forgotten that I'm streaming. Okay, let's mix that up. Kind of gives me a feeling of a relaxed feeling when there's not very many people on. All right, if you use, oh, there's our new gear. We're using a new camera, so you're not going to see me looking at it because this is a motion detector camera. So wherever I go in the kitchen, it's going to show you the movement. Kind of neat, but we are also learning it. Look at the way that this camera shows the sound. I went and had a chest x-ray. I'm fine. Okay, 1 egg in there. And now we're going to put in a 1/4 cup of molasses. Here's one of those things I was telling you about where people say, oh, yeah, you know. Okay, everybody's texting. You know what they should be doing? They should be on their mom's stream. Okay, I am going to put 1/4 cup of molasses. Oh no, peaches. Peaches. You know, Monique just texted us that she found a doll that I got her when, oh man, she may have been about 4. I was a student. I was broke.
Check your apron.
I was broke, and and I was a student at University of Guelph, and for some reason they all these vendors came in the student center, and they had really good prices on toys and things because they knew students were looking to buy presents but maybe didn't have a lot of money. And so I went into this student center and I saw this handmade doll. I wish Nikki could send us a picture of it. And I bought it with probably like the last little bit of money I had in my pocket. And I brought it home to her, and she was thrilled. I remember that year I also got Liz a wooden drawing tablet. Do you remember that? It opened up and it had like Peruvian art on it. Do you remember that? Anyway, Peaches was the name of this doll, and if Nikki could send us a picture of it. She's cute as a bug. Anyway, we have a picture of Peaches. Did Nikki send that to you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, we have a picture of Peaches, and we're going to bring it to you. Okay, so stir in the quarter cup of mayo. It's not mayonnaise. Stir in the quarter cup of molasses. I don't think I'm going to drink that anymore. All right, what are we going to add in? We're going to add in 2 cups of flour. Now, I have asked Santa for one of those rims. Nicole, if you're still here, do you have one of those? They're called something else. Nice. We should have this camera. Is that Peaches? Mm-hmm. Look at Peaches. Look how cute she is. And now I think that little doll is going to be loved by my grandchild. When I went into that University of Guelph Student Center to buy that, did I think that was going to happen? In here I've got 2 teaspoons of baking soda. I'm looking at my recipe to make sure. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of ginger, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a full teaspoon of cloves. Where do you get that? A Guard, yes, that's it. It's the Guard that KitchenAid makes. And I've never had it. And to tell you the truth, what I do is, I have the vacuum right there in my kitchen, and when I do it, it goes poof, then I vacuum around it, and it's really not working for me anymore. Okay, so I put all of these seasoning, the spices, and I put in some baking soda, and that's going to be ready to go. I could have made this earlier, and that's usually my go-to, is to make it earlier, but today I decided not to, because I want to be present with the whole thing. Okay, that's good. Now, I'm going to take this off. Normally, this, at this point, could be chilled. And Nicole, if you're thinking of making this, you could make this one night after school. Nicole and I are friends because we taught together. And we probably saved each other's sanity in a school, because, man, you got to have that work friend. If you've got a work friend, you know what that does for your sanity. Okay, so I've got this nice dough that could be chilled, but it's not going to be. Let's see if it works. The thing is, what happens when your dough isn't chilled is it spreads out, and that's no fun.
She misses you.
I miss you too. I miss you coming down to my house and talking, and, well, not really talking, gossiping. That was the fun part. But everybody needs a work friend. All right, I'm going to do something that you're going to say, holy cow, that's a little bit over the top. But I don't think so. You're going to measure these balls of dough into 16 grams. So I'm going to turn on my my scale. If you don't have a scale, a little weigh scale, doesn't have to be expensive. You need a weigh scale in your kitchen. So I've got this brand, and I don't have a sponsorship from them, Escali. Go into Amazon, you'll find it. It's about 15 bucks, I think. Will last you and last you and last you. It runs by batteries. So I'm going to turn that on, put a plate on it, and then tear it out so that it's back to 0. I am going to now make 16-gram balls. That's 23. And you're like, why? Why is she being like that? Why doesn't she use a scoop? You can't get a scoop. So that's 16 grams. Roll it and put it on a parchment-lined paper. 16 grams. And here's the part where you're like, I'm watching her weigh. That's what you're doing. So if you're in the chat, tell me what you're doing today with this snowy weather.
Farmer's market video while you're doing that?
Not yet. could. Okay, so this is a little bigger. Why am I doing this? Why am I making them 16 grams? Because when they come out, they will be uniform in size, uniform in shape. And however, if that doesn't matter to you, it matters to me. Because I'm going to enrobe them in a white chocolate. And they're going to be, there, 16 grams. You have to play with it. All right, so we did go to, I'm going to continue to roll these out. Hey, little Miss Erin. What did I just guess and eyeball it. Listen. Erin, you are a far better cookie designer and shaper than I am, but even the pros do this. They just do it in a lot faster style. You can eyeball it. They're not going to be uniform. Now, this has to be the first time I have ever made these without chilling my dough, and so we're going to have an experiment. There's 16 grams. You know what you get? You get an idea of what 16 grams is going to look like. So I'm going to put 4 rows of 3 on there. Chill out dough. Yeah, this dough needs to chill out a bit. So wherever you're at right now, if you're in Windsor, sorry, but if you are, can you tell me how much snow you got? Here in the Kawartha Lakes, we got a beautiful amount of snow. I was starting to lose hope that we wouldn't get any. I know Bo Reno's not excited about the snow. Thanks for the compliment on the apron. I've decided to forgo. None? Stop it. Stop it. I'm so sorry for you. We got, I don't know, it's kind of slow.
5 cents.
For what?
Centimeters.
We got about maybe 5 centimeters so far. Warm in Windsor. I'm not sure who that is, but warm in Windsor, that's terrible. Tropics. Windsor is the tropics. I got to tell you, there's many things I disliked about Windsor, but welcome. There's many things I was not favored for about Windsor, but one of them is the tropics. I don't like that. I love living in an area where it's winter, except in March. Okay. Not even a flake. Well, yeah, there's flakes. There's lots of flakes. Go down the street from you. There's lots of flakes. How about the guy down the street? All right, I'm gonna rinse my hands. Listen, Nicole, the guy's sitting in your garage. there's a flake. All right, I'm gonna put these in the oven. My oven's preheated. I'm gonna put these in for.
The cannon's dead.
I'm gonna put these in for 8 minutes. All right, no, normally what would I have done? I would have had a batch of cookies ready to make, ready-made and ready to go. Didn't do that. We're just chilling here and we're taking our time. Now, we went to that farmer's market. I'm gonna fill the second cookie sheet with some cookies ready to go in the oven so I can change it when it comes out. But let's go to the farmer's market for a minute.
Santa's loaded up his sleigh for all the children on Christmas Day. Hang the lights, let's go caroling. Christmas is here again. Gather family all around. Santa Claus is back in town. Can't you hear those sleigh bells ring? Jingle, jingle, jingling. Put a star high up on the tree. Christmas is here again. Looks like it's gonna snow all night. Come a little closer, baby, hold me tight. But don't forget the mistletoe, 'cause we've got no better place to go. Well, it's time for some Christmas cheer, 'cause Christmas is here again. Yeah, it's time for some Christmas cheer. Christmas is here again. Santa's loaded up his sleigh for all the children on Christmas Day. Hang the lights, let's go caroling. Christmas is here again. Gather family all around. Santa Claus is back in town. Can't you hear those sleigh bells ring? Jingle, jingle, jingling.
Okay, we're back. Yeah, that market was fun. We were selling our wares there, and it was fun. You see that the vendors are always like really in the mood to have a good time. It's the prep, again, the prep that makes it the fun thing for me. So little Miss Erin is a cookie maker extraordinaire, and she's in the chat right now, and she says that she rolls her ginger cookies in sugar. I usually do. The reason I'm not today, Erin, is because I'm going to enrobe these in white chocolate. And so it's just excess that I don't need. I'm going to set these aside. We're going to continue doing that. I'm hoping that in the process I have cookies that chocolate, it's a white chocolate. You'll see it's delicious and my grandson loves it. And I mean, that's all that matters. So I'm going to clean up my little mess. Now I have a few more people on. So Nicole and I are besties, and she's in the chat right now. And we have a good time with the Flake. The Flake is also her husband, who is, we've nicknamed Ricky, because we're Lucy and Ethel. We do the dumbest things. And we support each other in those dumb things. I don't know why we do that. Okay, I can't drink that. It catches my throat. I swear if I killed somebody, she'd hide the body for me. Okay. Yeah, I'm really struggling with this voice thing. I'm trying not to because it's not very pleasant. We're going to make a rum ball today, and this is a no-bake cookie, and I thought that's a good time to make that at the same time as we're making something in the oven. So I want to talk to you first about Christmas recipes that come across your threads, your feeds, and they are filled with those processed things. So we talked earlier about this. You know, the Hershey Kisses on a pretzel, and you call it a reindeer. Okay, Nicole, I know you like to cook like that, but let's go back to original treats, and you can't beat that. I know. So today we're going to be making a rum ball, and this rum ball calls, in the recipe, calls for those vanilla wafer cookies. You know, I think they're packaged as Nabisco makes them, and they're called Nilla wafers. We're avoiding that. So I made a batch of very basic vanilla cookies, low sugar, low fat, so that they would crumble. So we're going to start off with this. This is a no-bake rum ball, and you just assemble it. And so this is, I'm going to just make sure, this is 3 1/4 cups of crushed vanilla wafers. If you find those, and I know if you live in that Southern Ontario, Windsor area, you have more connection to the United States, and they may be more available because of that. Again, if you want to use those, fine, but I just made my own. So I have 3 1/4 cups of these cookie crumbs, and then I've got 3/4 cups of icing sugar, confectioner's sugar. Got all my measuring cups out today. And then I have 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa. Now this recipe is easy, and this you want to make ahead, like 2 weeks before Christmas. You want to make it ahead because you want the rum to sort of mellow into all of the ingredients. And I have 1.5 cup chopped walnuts. If you notice what I did here, I put them in my food processor because I want them almost like a nut meal. I want them really fine. So there you go. We have the nuts. And then we have 3 tablespoons. I had a spoon. Here it is. 3 tablespoons of light corn syrup. I don't have light corn syrup. Ah, hello. Speakeasy channel has shown up. Yay. Well, maybe you were here, but not in the chat. So I'm doing 3. Listen, we are making all things Christmas today. And this is a no-bake. This is a no-bake rum ball. We do have our new gear up today, and Speakeasy, what's that?
It went dead already.
Oh, it went
Here's
dead.
what it looks like.
Oh, it went dead, and it's crooked too. Yeah, so we have our new gear up. We're learning. It's a motion detector, so it would follow me, and we're really thrilled to have it. Whoops, cookies are ready. Got to watch that. The 8 minutes goes by fast. Woo! Looking good. All right, we're going to take those out. Oh, that was 8 minutes was enough. And I put them too close and they misshaped. Let's get 8 minutes. So this is 3 1/4 cups of a vanilla cookie, a vanilla wafer. You can, yeah, the fruitcake cocktail disgusted us. Instead, we made a Spanish coffee. It's delicious. As you know, I've got a little bit of a throat issue going on right now, and I keep trying loving it, but it chokes me every time. Yeah, it chokes me. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, we have 3 1/4 cups crushed vanilla wafers, 3/4 cup confectioner's sugar, 1/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 1.5 cups chopped walnuts, 3 tablespoons light corn syrup, and what we haven't added is 1/2 cup rum. Now, what you missed, Speakeasy, is we used a torch on the rim of our mugs, and we didn't blow them up. So, whoa, 1/2 cup of rum. Now, Liz likes these, really likes these. I don't cheap out on the rum. And so, like I said, make these ahead of time so that they have a chance to mellow out and they have a chance to take on all of that rum flavor. And here's where you mix it up. Now, will the vanilla wafers work better? Maybe. But will I know that I didn't use processed food? Yeah. That's important to me. You know, there's people in my family who respond negatively to processed food, and so nobody needs it. I cook a lot, and I try to avoid that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, the fruit cocktail, or not fruit cocktail, the fruit cake cocktail kind of grossed me out. Okay, so you can see I'm mixing it all up. You got to get it mixed. Got to get a little bit of warmth. And then you determine, is this actually going to make, a ball form? And these are no bake. These are chill. Let them mellow. And then you can add confectioner's sugar after. This afternoon, we were to go to Pine Lane Acres. That's our next farm. It's a local farm. Sheep, pork, pigs, chickens. I don't think they have cattle. Really great little farm. These young couple trying to make it go. So listen, we were going to go there today, and then we got 5 centimeters of snow. And not that we're afraid of the snow, not at all. We're afraid of our equipment in the snow. You know, we've got a new motion detection. You may call it a gimbal. This the one we got is a Weeble. What? Weeble S?
Yeah.
You connect it to your camera and it stabilizes, and it determines any motion. We're concerned about taking that out into snow. We don't know how professional photographers do that. Maybe they have an umbrella over their head. We don't know. Okay, go like this. Yes, I am going to get a ball out of that. And that's going to make a nice rum ball. So let's start making rum ball. Let's rum ball. I knew I was going to get that joke, and I knew it. So Liz, what are you doing today? Is it snowing in Toronto? So we're trying to make these somewhat of a ball. You're not going to be able to roll it like, well, maybe. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. These won't taste good today. These will taste something. Now, you notice I'm not weighing these. I could. But I like to make some a little smaller because it's a commitment of alcohol. And I not everybody wants that big commitment. And if there's kids, they grab this and they go, woo, like there's real rum in here, and you got to be careful with that. So you'll see that these are no bake, so I am now going to put these into balls. I don't weigh them, but they look like they might be about 16 grams. And then I can roll these in an icing sugar, or I can roll them into a cocoa powder. I kind of think they'd be good in a cinnamon. I don't know. So Nicole, do you have hockey today? I can't believe Windsor has no snow. It's a ripoff, if you ask me. It's one of the reasons I like to live in the Northern Ontario region is because we get snow. Now, what you're going to notice with this is that you can roll them for a bit, and then your hands just get unbelievably. Excuse me, I can't. This drink is a bit much. I also think that with my throat thing going on, that I'm mouth breathing a lot. We'll edit that out. So this afternoon we were going to go to Pine Lane Acres down the street. We all agree that maybe it's a little bit snowy outside for that. What we might do is we might wrap Christmas presents. An unfortunate loss, but sorry. Yeah, well, unfortunately, the Maple Leafs are, I don't know what you'd call that.
Winning?
No, they're not exactly winning.
They're exactly winning.
No, they're doing something. They're flexing a bit.
Call winning.
No, they're flexing, and they're still not in first place. If you, my American followers, you're thinking, oh my God, those Canadians, don't they think about anything else but hockey? No, we don't. That's good. That's only got 34 more seconds. So you'll see I put this on. I don't know if you can use the overhead. Tom's getting carried away with the team. I'm putting this on a rack. Fortunately, it's a little bit, oh, that's a big one. Okay, that's a big ball. I don't know if we want big balls like that. We need some smaller ones. So we have got the rum balls rolled. My hands are clean. We've got the rum balls rolled, and they're out into my cold room. If you've got a refrigerator, that's where they go. When they solidify a bit and they cool and they're more manageable, you take them out and you'll roll them into a smoother round ball. And then you can roll them when they're all dry. They have to dry up a bit. You roll them in icing sugar. So we have got our ginger cookies out, and they're cooled. Now, what I've noticed, I didn't chill the dough, and you're going to notice this too, is they've gone very thin because I didn't chill the dough. So what I'm going to do right now before I continue, I'm going to put the remaining dough outside. What I'm going to do now, these are chilling. They're a little thin, and you should actually chill that dough a little bit more. I am going to heat up some Belgian chocolate. So I just bought this at our bulk barn if you're Canadian. And I bought the Belgian. Yeah, they're more expensive, but do you really want, it's Christmas. And if you have the means to do it, go to a better chocolate. You can get what they call white melting wafers. I'm not sure what that is, but maybe that's where you want to go, and so be it. That is also very nice. You can use maybe some white chocolate chips. All right, I'm going to put those in the microwave. You could put them in a bain-marie and you could melt it that way. I'm just going to put them into the microwave and I'm going to heat them up. So let's talk about, while that's heating, let's talk about some things that are coming up. So the 17th on Saturday, if you could mark this into your calendar, Jeremy from Red Mill Maple Syrup Farm is going to be coming here to cook, and it's going to be a fun night. It's unusual stream night for us, so you may have to remind yourself. You'll get the notification. On the 18th, we are going to Speakeasy on Dundas Street in Toronto. Speakeasy TV is my daughter's channel, my affiliate channel, and we're going to be going there to draw the annual giveaway, which is a Ninja air fryer. We're going to be just going there for a little bit of a birthday celebration too. So let me check on our chocolate. I'm going to need a little bit more. Thing you don't want to do is you don't want to scald chocolate in the microwave. Be very cautious with that. I like to steam it a little bit too. Now I noticed about these Christmas bowls I'm using, they're not real mixing bowls, and they really get hot. So be careful with that.
Chef thing at all?
Oh, that's a good idea. Let me check again. I don't want to go overboard with that. A little bit more. Listen, we're going to do a mystery chef challenge right now. Let's put that on. And this is an extra entry into the Ninja air fryer giveaway. Who is this? Come on, somebody in the chat. Who is this? You might know her real name. You might know her stage name. Yeah, that's good. She is really making a resurgence in the market right now. I do enjoy her. I enjoy watching her. She's not one of my faves. And I'll tell you why. I find that she's a little pretentious. And I do really like humble chefs.
Well, she is royalty.
Okay, if you notice what I did is I just heated it enough that it's melting on itself because there's enough heat. Don't go crazy so that it gets dried out. All right, so I've got a little bit of white Belgian chocolate melted here. How nice is that? Oh, Rachel Ray, good guess. Good guess, but she's a pretty humble cook. No, this one is a little bit older than probably your knowledge. Okay, so here's what I do. I dip it in the chocolate. Just sort of sweep it as though you're going to be like a chip in a dip.
Oh, Papa Joe.
Oh, Papa Joe's here, yay! Papa Joe, we just did a chef guess. You could enter yourself into the air fryer giveaway, which is being drawn at Speakeasy on the 18th of December. Who is this? Now, you got to get the advantage of knowing that Nicole has already said Rachel Ray, and it's not.
Ina Garden.
Whoa, Papa Joe.
Oh, I was Nicole.
Oh, you looked it up. You looked it up. Hey, whatever. Ina Garden. Okay, Papa Joe, to up that, what is her stage name? Yeah, she's big right now. She's got a new cookbook that just came out. She's being praised all over the place, but she is of that.
Google is my friend.
Google is my friend. She is also one of those people we were talking about, one of those originals that was a network of instructional chefs, not the game show. She never went into the challenge the reality TV challenge. Nicole Gerard got that. Yes, she did. And I think she cheated. But that's okay. Cheat away, cheaty. That's why we have Google. All right, so what I've done here, this is a ginger crackle. So what I'm doing right now is I am dipping a ginger crackle cookie into a little bit of white chocolate. Bruiser, Stephen.
Oh, good. Oh, she cheated.
Wow, you cheated again. What a great little cheater friend you are. Bruiser, who is a professional chef, often comes on this channel. Professional chef, works for a large baking company who was tasked this week with making a cookie, maybe not this week, but this month, tasked with this job of making a cookie that was enrobed in chocolate for the market, for the larger supermarket market. And they were talking to me about this idea, and it's kind of coincidental that I was making that, but this is such a traditional Christmas look. Now, this was a lot of chocolate, and I've run out, so, that's good. What I'm going to do now is just take a little bit of sprinkles. That cookie looks delicious. I think it will be. I just put a little sprinkles on it. What I like about it is too much chocolate? No. It's just enough that it's festive. It's not just that it's the taste. It's supposed to look snow-topped. It's supposed to look like a little bit of snow. Now, what you missed, Papa Joe, we made a Spanish coffee, and it was delicious, a little bit much for my throat. If you hear, Spanish coffee, yes, delicious. So it's a little bit much because I'm going through a little bit of a throat thing right now. It's the after effects of a nasty little cold. Hey, Papa Joe, if you're comfortable with it, I hear that there is a new project in your world right now, if you'd like to talk to us about that. If not, bring it to us when you're ready. Yes, I may be podcasting in the new year. It's looking like a reality. Well, listen, we are very anxious to be part of that podcast. So let us know when that's coming to reality. Okay, so what I have here is, and they're very cold, so I know that it's cold outside. I've got some rum balls that I cooked, and I can already tell that they are perfect. I feel bad about missing the parade. Okay, chat, can we take a little bit of a vote? Should Papa Joe see the parade?
Maybe the last half or something.
A little bit? Ooh, rum balls, I know. Okay, we're gonna just bring the parade back a little bit for Papa Joe. All right, yeah, we kind of, you got parade light, actually. You didn't get the whole parade, but yeah, it was at night. It was cold. Everybody's bundled up. It's a small town. It's a lot of fun because you're not fighting crowds, and, it's just a whole bunch of polite people hanging out on the street saying, oh, no, you go first. And, we don't have that political thing that you can't throw candy. There's candy being thrown. So it was fun, and it's such a small town wonder. And it's brought to us by a Connect group, a group of women that do this. This is what they do. And it was a real big celebration for us in this little town too, because it was the first parade we've had since COVID. And so it was canceled for 2 years, and this is the first one, and it came back with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of attendance. What I'm doing is I'm taking these rum balls. I can smell the rum. I'm going to put this recipe up on my Instagram. So what you can see I'm doing.
Icing sugar is called?
This is confectioner's sugar, yes. You can also do cocoa powder. I find that to be dry and over chocolate, but you can do that. Okay, we're gonna do a different thing. I need a little bowl or a little plate. Woo, I like having an assistant working with me. All right, this is really, smallest bowl in the cover. This is really a traditional look for rum balls. I've had rum balls with an icing, sugar, cinnamon. Oh yeah, I thought of that because I saw those. That's nice. You know, nothing beats cinnamon and icing sugar. But this is really a traditional thing to do, isn't it? A little bit of, I'm on a break again. Okay, so overhead camera is going to show us. This is just chocolate shot. So that's really traditional. Hey, Lizzie. Yeah, so Lizzie loves these. And here's what happens. Let's see if these are going to even stick. They don't want to stick to it. Oh, I know what you have to do.
Liz is talking about the stream next week.
The stream next week, yes. We will be in Toronto on the Sunday. Okay, what you have to do is you have to dip them in rum. Ah, that's not working. A little bit. Okay, so you have to dip them in rum. And you have to play with them a bit. You know what? Scrap it. I'm going to do a couple because, you know, I don't want to have just one. I dip it in rum, and then I go into the chocolate shot, and it sticks. How do they get that to stick on?
Probably a spray.
Wish Bruiser was here. They would know how to do that. I don't like it. I don't like it, and that's all there is to it. I don't like it. But let's try this. I'm making a mess. Let's try this. Let's dip this. I have to round it out. That's part of it now. They've chilled a bit. I can do that. Dip it in rum, and let's go into the icing sugar. That's a different kind. Like, I'm going to make only one of those, and let's see if my family, the one who gets that, says, "What the heck?" So we also, probably egg involved? I don't think so, because you would have raw egg. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe a syrup? I don't know.
Sweat from your hands?
Erin, do you have any ideas of how they get the chocolate shot? Unless, maybe before chilling it, because they did tend to dry out. The thing is about rum balls is make them early enough because they need to mellow out. Like if I ate one right now, you'd think, oh, wow, that's like too much. And then, like when we eat them at Christmas time, some people even put a little bit of a mixed peel. I've actually never made rum balls before. I only make them for one member of my family. And okay, do you do this, Erin? Do you think about who likes what? I do. So I usually ask my family, okay, what do I make this year? But I now know what everybody likes. I know, that's who I make them for. Lizzie will go for these first. And so, you know, everybody's got their favorite thing. Separate, yeah. The gluten-free, actually, these could be gluten-free. I did see that. You know what I did make that was gluten-free today? I made a nuts and bolts. And maybe, I don't know if you were here. I know, what people love. I mean, that's why we make this stuff. We can easily go to a bakery, but that nurture in us makes these. So let's see. I'm going to go through my family right now. Liz, I make a Hello Dolly, those bars, and I make rum balls. Liz also likes shortbread. For John, I make the Jammy Dodgers, and this year I made some Linzer cookies, a little bit different. And for Tom, I make, they're called shortbread squares, and it has a shortbread base, and then it has a mixed raisin, cherries.
Hello Dollies.
Hello Dollies, yeah. So I make those. Monique, I make it's like an imperial tart. They're called Queen Anne tarts. They have raspberry in the bottom. I don't know, did I make those on stream?
No.
Queen Anne tarts that have some raspberry and then a rice almond top, like a cake topping. It's delicious. Bo, I make these ginger cookies, any cookies, the sugar cookies. Me, I don't eat any of this stuff. Okay, but I also like the Queen Anne tarts. I know, everybody likes those Queen Anne tarts. And so I've made a ton. Queen Anne tarts sound great. They are. They're delicious. It's the almondy. I don't have anybody in my family that has an almond or a nut allergy, so I'm free to go. If you can see what I'm doing here, I'm going through the whole process of these, and I've made those ginger snap cookies. And we've talked a lot about the prep of Christmas. I really appreciate everybody being here today. We've gone a little bit over, but you know what I'm starting to notice is that cooking streamers do these 4 or 5 hour streams. Listen, what is that? I need a little bit more sugar here. But the thing about it is not everybody can show up right at noon. Not everybody can show up right at my time. So if I stream a little bit longer, some people can leave, some people can show up. It kind of gives everybody an opportunity to stop in. And I appreciate you stopping in. And something about being a streamer, you know, you could be doing anything right now. You could be out, you could be visiting with family, you could be doing anything right now, but you chose to log on and be with me, and I appreciate every minute of that. I don't really want to go into the 2-3 hour realm, but I am starting to stretch past my 1 o'clock because I feel like I want to chill out, and I made these from scratch today. I like the long streaming myself. I'm getting used to it. I think before I used to be a little bit tense and a little bit tight, and it was just exhausted me, and now I just feel like I'm with people that I know, and I'm fine with it. All right, overhead, we're going to show these rum balls. These are rolled. You can see the two with the shot on them. I don't care for that look. Could have rolled these in cocoa powder as well. What I do now is I put these into an airtight container. I'm going to put these in an airtight container, and I'm going to let them sit in a cool area, not a fridge, not a freezer, in a cool area that they can we are getting loose. In a cool area that they can just mellow out. That rum will absorb into all those other ingredients, and you won't just taste rum, you won't just taste cocoa powder, you're going to taste, and these are my homemade vanilla cookies. Try it, it's easy. You've got, you could even use a sugar cookie, crumble it up into a fine, almost almond flour consistency. So we did make that nuts and bolts. Let me bring it back. It's cooling. So this is the basic recipe for this. I don't want to set it down into that sugar. The basic recipe for this is 2 cups of Cheerios, 2 cups of Shreddies, 2 cups of peanuts, 2 cups of pretzels. I did a double batch here because it's easier. And then you make a topping with butter, celery salt, onion salt, garlic salt, and Worcestershire. And then you put that into a saucepan, you heat it. I can give you the exact ingredients on my Instagram because we don't have that recipe up. And then you roast it for an hour, and you've got a really low commitment of sugar and fat. Not sugar and fat, I mean salt and fat. You've got a really nicely combined snack that isn't going to kill anybody in your family. All right, I'm going to continue on with my ginger cookies. This is what we've made so far, you can see. And I can't put these into an airtight container just yet until the chocolate cools off. And I put my cookie dough outside because I want it to chill a bit. I love Christmas food. You know what? Christmas food is fun. And we were talking about it earlier, Papa Joe, is that I really think people need to go back and not think, oh, you know, that's like a traditional old person thing. Go back to that because those things are what makes Christmas, and start a new tradition with your family. Cook something old or traditional, and just stay away from all of the prepackaged kind of things. Well, you know, that's my mantra anyway. We are going to end the stream today. Christmas is family to me. It is, and depending on who your family is, you know, like whoever you deem to be your family, that's what Christmas is. I've got two wonderful daughters who have grown and flown, and you know, Christmas is a time that we come back together, and it's not traditional. It's just a lot of fun. We're not. I don't know. We have traditional food, but we just do whatever makes us laugh. And that's what we like about our gatherings. So we're going to end our stream today, and we appreciate everybody who is here. Thanks for showing up. And wherever your whatever your family is to you, exactly. It doesn't have to be the same blood running through your veins, as long as they're family to you. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as they make you feel safe. That's what matters. So next Saturday, Jeremy Poulin from Red Mill Maple Syrup is here. Our next farm tour is Pine Lane Acres here in Bobcaygeon, small farm that we're going to be enjoying. That's Zach and Jesse, and we're going to be going to the Pine Lane Acres on Oliver Road in Bobcaygeon and seeing what they can show us. We'll be bringing that to you in January. Also on Sunday, we're going to party at Speakeasy. Little Miss Erin is going to be there to help us with some cookie decoration, hopefully. And we're going to be there. We're going to draw the name for the Ninja air fryer. We're going to have a little bit of a celebration, and we're just going to have some fun. So in the meantime, keep cooking. Cook these Christmas traditional foods. Nourish yourself. Nourish those who you love. Until then, this kitchen is closed.